Everybody wave. Hey, everyone.
Oh,
We did it. Welcome. Just in time for that sub. Ooh, and we got
ooh.
some gay as fuck emotes because of it. Thank you. Thank you, Geek. For that sub right as we're going in. It's really appreciated. But hey, hello. Welcome to everyone to Revenge of the Gith, Season 3, Episode 9. We're just gonna go ahead and jump right into it and let everyone start introducing themselves, their characters, and of course, Rob, you gotta come up with a question for us to answer. So, go ahead, Rob, take us away.
You got it. So, hello everyone. I'm Robert the Jam at Robbie Roll on Twitter, and I will be your humble-ish, I'm not no promises GM for this evening. My question is, okay, if you were like a classic high school drama stereotype, what would your character like be if we were in high school?
Uh, cool. Hi, I'm Montana. I'm playing Throck the Unsatisfied, a crocodilian Circle of the Moon druid. Uh, and if he was in high school, he would be the janitor, bestowing wisdom upon the children.
Amazing. I
What are you
didn't
children
specify
up
student, so
to?
that works.
It's
I like that a
true.
lot.
It's true.
Oh, now I gotta follow up the janitor. Let's clean up this mess. So, hi everyone, I'm Robin, and I'm playing Proserpina, the Tiefling Arcane Archer. Aside from the obvious, she'd be the horse girl. Probably be the new kid who just moved into town and
The new horse girl, yeah.
new horse girl.
Oh my god, I feel so attacked because that was me! Hi guys, I'm Hope. I play Chatter, the Faribolg Circle of the Shepherd Druid. And if he was a stereotypical high school person, he would probably just be that shy kid who's just real nice but real awkward.
The art kid with like
The
all
art
the
kid.
hoodies.
Yeah, the art kid that wears the really big hoodies and just doesn't say anything.
Okay, so I'm Ember. I'm playing Alexander Bachmar, and if he was the stereotype from high school, he would be the goth kid, the goth theater kid.
What? No.
Yeah.
No.
No way. But no, he'd be the goth theater kid. That was basically me in high school. So
What? He's a self-insert?
no way.
I don't believe it.
Hey everybody, I'm Obadiah. I'm playing Hung Huzi, the half-drow warden extraordinaire, and in high school, he would be the the idiot jock who is like definitely only here because like one, he knows the principal, and two, he can catch that football though. That's all it needs. That's all that matters.
That's all that matters. Nice. Thank
Went
you.
to high school in Texas. It's all that matters.
Alright. Hi everyone. My name is Rosie, or Val. This is my channel. And today I bring with you my half-drow wizard, Anja, and she is also the goth, but she's a subset of goth. She's the fucking cosplayer. Like, she is the weeb, she is the cosplayer, and also the one with a lot of money because her mom is the mafia. Like, yeah, so she's the weeb goth that goes to a lot of anime conventions, but doesn't actually participate in anything at school.
Yeah, like she's the character in the high school drama that despite being in high school has exuberant amounts of money and it's just never really acknowledged in the narrative.
It's
like,
true. It's true.
Plot device.
But
Yeah.
yeah, no. So, hey, I gotta remind you guys of a couple of things on this channel. One, you got these subs that are coming around. Hey,
Whoa.
you can affect the game with those. Oh man. So, you can affect the games with your gifts, blah blah blah. With your bits, subs, and donations. Every 100 biddies gives a reroll to somebody here on the screen. Gifting a subs and gifting subs will give a nat 1 or a nat 20 to anyone here. Like, you can even give a nat 1 to the players, or that guy, the dungeon master. He's got a few up his sleeve. We've been waiting to use on him. And of course, if you subscribe to the channel with $5 or more, you can just make shit happen. And you know, there is a nondescript level of shit that can happen depending on how much you donate. Like, listen, rocks fall and will kill us all if you give me $1 million. I'm just saying. Like, I don't think anybody...
Listen, we don't know the exact number, but there is a buyout number for the show where you can just end it. Like, there is a number. There is an amount of dollars where you can just end the show.
You're gonna be like, I hate this show.
Like, I have more seasons coming down the pipeline, but like, you can just end the show.
But like, here's the thing: it's like you give us $1 million. One, I can pay everybody here, and then we'll just go play and not like have you guys see. Like,
Aureal will end. You can end Aureal.
like, yeah, but I mean that can still happen, and the game could actually still happen. We just aren't on Aureal anymore. But also, as a reminder, !charity. We are a charity stream as of this month. We're raising money for the Black Visions Collective, so you can check that out, donate directly to them. Or if you're just having some issues, like maybe you don't have a lot of money and you feel weird, hey, guess what? All these sub points that we're earning this month, Rob and I are matching them with dollar donations ourselves. I think we're at 30 right now, so that's $60 going. So when June 30th? June has a 30th, right? Yeah, June 30th rolls around, and I look at those sub points on my Twitch channel for that month. Me and Rob are going to match those. So, if you got that Twitch Prime hanging up, give it to us so we can give money to charity. But yeah, without further ado, that's all of the grunt work. So, Rob, go ahead and, like, take us to, like, some fun shit.
All right. So, we are going to come back once again to the world that still has not been bought out and is still going, Aureal. A year and a half ago, its relative tranquility and peace was shattered when the Githyanki invaded from the astral plane with their massive magical warships that float above the land and fire ballistae made out of force and just overall being nasty. They came attempting to purge the plane of the Illithid Mind Flayer threat, and to do so had to exhume everyone from the Underdark. However, in that process of mercy, as they called it, because they didn't just wipe them all out, they realized that some Illithid could have gotten out, and thus placed all of the upper part of the material plane under martial law to make sure that no Illithid could put down roots in this world. And they're doing something in the Underdark. It's kind of unclear. Nobody's allowed down under pain of death. And so, right now, the party, having learned that the Githyanki aren't just messing with this plane, but others, as the connection to the Feywild appears to be messed with, the connection with the plane of Limbo has also been interrupted, not allowing the Githzerai to interfere with this massive invasion they 100% wouldn't be cool with. So the party has begun a cross-continental trek to the other side of the continent here in Aureal, to the ruins of Pentar, where they know some kind of strange ritual and interference is going on that is messing with the connection of this plane and the Feywild. However, they're not there yet. They're in fact only a few days out from a mountain pass, which has firstly a stone giant, which Alexander has been directed to as a potential combatant to take down for a boon from Ares, and more importantly, the entrance to the Underdark, which of course will be guarded. However, the party has decided to, for multiple reasons, go through the Underdark instead of crossing the treacherous mountains. But we're not there yet, as the party has come across a settlement of sorts. The Vernai tribe, a nomadic group of former dragon cultists, now reformed into some amount of traders and nomads. They are a massive caravan centered around 3 massive, like almost castle-sized beetles that have these kind of scaffolded buildings along their shells, and then numerous kind of smaller beasts of burden being ridden, dragon caravans, and the like. And the party began a bit of shopping, but was interrupted by the head of the Council of Vernai, a blue dragonborn named Kalkai, who turned out to be the stepmother of both, in some ways. This actually, no, literally the stepmother of definitely Alexander, maybe Andra, because that has still not been determined. But Andra believes at the very least that George Bogmar is her biological father. And so, having learned about that, putting a familiar inside inside of Kalkai's safe, and learning that their child is gone and hasn't responded or returned in quite a while, the party stepped out of her office to begin exploring the tribe. Before you're able to leave, though, I will say Kalkai is going to kind of flag you down one more time. Just one other thing. If you would desire to, when you have concluded your business here, I would be happy to lodge you if that would be
Oh,
amicable.
like, are you sure about that? Like, you just met us,
Yes.
for free?
You at the very least, you have done the tribe a great service in dispatching of the were tiger threat. So that alone is worth a night of lodging.
I'm gonna look over at Alexandra and kind of like give a half shrug and be like, okay.
Simply return here
Okay.
when you've concluded whatever business you may have.
All right. Well, thank you. I'll let it. Is it just us, or is it our
No,
friends as well?
your group may of
Oh,
course come.
All right. Well, I'll let them know.
Okay,
Sorry about
terrific.
being mean about George.
Well, I suppose bluntness can be more effective in the conveyance of truth.
Yeah. It still doesn't mean that it doesn't hurt, though, right?
It is indeed. I have not fully analyzed my own feelings. However, it was not. It is not what I had hoped to hear.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
Indeed. Hope you garner positive results from whatever tasks you undertake.
And Alexander's gonna turn to walk away.
Gonna like, kind of like, do a little weird bow / curtsy because I don't know what they do here, as like a greeting of farewell, and just sort of like chitter after him.
As she comes up, Alexander's gonna put his arm around her and be like, "Okay, hold me for a second."
I'm gonna go over and just like look like, because I am way shorter than him, and just like look up at him like, yeah.
Make sure I'm not running into a wall. And you just see his eyes just kind of flutter for a second, and he's looking through his familiar's eyes.
Oh.
What does he see inside the safe again?
So you see a bit of coin, like, looks like a personal kind of treasury. You also see what looks to be a very old scroll with like visible glowing from inside. So it's probably like a magical scroll with a seal.
Okay.
And then probably sees like a key, like maybe a ring of keys.
Okay. He's just gonna bamf him out without taking anything.
Okay.
She's kind of still standing there pouting at you because she expected like a hug or something, but it was just for you to watch. Like she expected some affection, and she's just like, you okay?
Yeah, I needed to check on something.
Okay.
But now I told them I'd be gone for an hour, so we have about, it'll be about like 20, 30 minutes now left.
Yeah.
Let's go get some dinner. And then I'll walk with her to go. I think I remember seeing the taverns on the second level, right?
Yeah.
On the second beetle.
Yeah.
Where did
Yeah, yeah.
everybody else go? Because that's where Anja
I was
would kind
about
of
to
want
ask.
to go find them, essentially.
Hey, Alex, didn't you say you were gonna go back to those doors?
Yeah, I got like another
Yeah.
20 minutes before they expect me back, so I was going to spend some time with Anja first.
Oh.
Throckmorton actually got some food, so I think that's probably where I'm going to be at.
No, Hung Huzzy was following Proserpina, and I think she wanted to go back and do some more shopping.
Kind of want to do some shopping, yeah.
Great. And then I think Chatter went to go shopping as well, right? Great. So it sounds like Throck, Andra, and Alex are going to go have dinner.
Yeah.
And the other three are going to go shopping. So I think first we'll zoom up to the second beetle. There's again these three massive ones. The first one more is an administrative hub. The second one for kind of more entertainment, less essential supplies, and then the third one's more like practical artisan shops and all that sort of thing. So Throck, you find yourself in the tavern that smells the best for sure. There's only really about three on this beetle. Like there's not a ton of variety. Like, and by that I mean there's like three total kind of restaurants. You can see that the specialty here appears to be cooked on keg.
Ooh, interesting. Okay. Let's see if you like
So as you I'm assuming you're going to try that.
Yes.
So essentially cooked down cake, it has that kind of like very acidic, like if you when you drink a lot of orange juice, as it like feels like it's like dissolving your mouth away. But it's like very kind of like it's essentially a large bug, so it's kind of a strange texture, but it has this kind of like almost citrus like aftertaste from the inherent acidity of the meat. It's pretty sweet.
Not bad.
Elenia probably came with you, Rob. So I assume that we will be staying in this settlement, Beetle, for at least the evening.
Yes. They seem good. It's been a while since I've been around Dragonborn.
Yes, I know not of them. I am had not done too many missions across the continents, so I have not really learned about other races, species.
I know more about kobolds than I do about Dragonborn. They were around a lot before, so I kind of got to know them. They're not really trustworthy, in my opinion.
Oh,
from the
well,
ones I've met.
why did the kobolds leave?
Tiamat was defeated, and they weren't from the bog, so we made them leave.
Did you was there some conflict? I'm unaware of your people's history.
We worshipped. Then he pauses for like a long time. Tiamat. He kind of like looks at you and judges your face.
I mean, Elenia, Tiamat is something that only recently, when interacting with the group, became something they knew of. So doesn't really register much.
Yeah. It was our god that we worshipped. We were told to worship them, so we did.
I see.
I was defeated, so we didn't have much connection to the other groups afterwards.
Yes, I do remember that there was the story of Tiamat's defeat in Lindsay was the place. There was a great scar on the region where she fell.
I don't know much about that. I stayed in the bog. That's what crocodilians do.
Ah, I see. If I remember correctly, when the group was speaking before arriving, I believe this tribe is former dragon cultists.
Yeah, not the same,
Ah, I see.
but similar. But seems like they changed like we did.
The Gith Zerai. We do not know what we were called before. A long time ago, our people were freed in large part by a hero. Their name was Gith. That is where our name comes from. And when we were freed from the Illithid, we did not know what we would then be. That our cousins wanted to continue the war, but our people decided to build instead. I think the after part of freedom is very difficult.
Yes. If you don't have a purpose, I could see that. If you're unsure about what to do, we luckily had, I guess, our original purpose to fall back on.
Yes, the protecting of the bog, is that correct?
Yeah.
I see.
Not. It's unsafe right now. I've been thinking about making a trip back to see the bog. I've spoken to the plants and they've told me how to use an ability to travel through trees.
I see. Is that safe?
I can only do it once a day, so
I see.
probably not smart.
Well, it might be best to consult with the larger group.
I don't want to burden them. I'll think about it more.
I think, my friend, I think we can call each other that speaking on these things is not a burden. I believe that is part of camaraderie.
Yeah. Together.
Togetherness.
Yes.
You probably want 2 more servings, yes?
Yes.
Yeah. And so we're gonna shift the camera now to the other part of the second beetle, probably with the other half of the group, that being Honghuzi, Chatter, and Proserpina, as they go shopping. So, where do you want to go shop for? I mean, you were speaking to that kind of kobold with all those different little trinkets before you were so interrupted. So if you want to go back there, you may. Otherwise, there's a bunch of different shops.
But honestly, what I'd really like to look for, I've only had dresses that are hand-me-downs, and so I'd like a dress of my own.
Amazing. Yeah, you very easily find a tailor. So you kind of ask around a bit and you see, as you walk in, there is standing in a kind of large, long coat, with like a lot of kind of fancy stitching. It looks fairly heavy and well made, like it's not gonna flap in the breeze much. Peeking out like a smaller dragonborn. Like it looks like their head is like a little smaller scale than most dragonborn, like more snout like as well. Like almost a little more kobold-esque, but they're standing like about 6 feet tall, which kobolds definitely are not. So you see,
Is this 3 kobolds in a trench coat?
the kobold dragonborn kind of like addresses you three as you walk in. Welcome to my shop. I would welcome you happily. What might you be looking for today?
Do you have dresses?
I have so many sorry, my name is Trench. What's yours?
Hello, Trench. I'm Proserpina.
Oh,
This is my friend Lucy, and this is my other friend Shatter.
oh, it is a pleasure to meet you. I am so happy to have you all here. Kind of like steps forward and extends a little kobold hand, a kobold dragonborn size, a kobold size hand, a little wobbly. The walk is, and shakes it. So, what kind of dresses might you be looking for?
I look over at Honguzi. What do you think that, in case it's true, what do you think she would like? What she would approve of?
Sorry, who were you asking that again?
To Honguzi.
Right. Okay.
Alright, if you're looking for proper Underdark fashion, you ever worked for a drow before?
Just roll for Trench here. Let me just see.
Rolls for trenchness.
Of course.
Do I believe this?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, seems legit. Alright. Then, for you, fashion for an ambitious, noble lady with backing and something to prove.
So you want to dress with a back? That's what I'm hearing?
Yes?
Okay.
And the front, too.
Okay. How do you feel on the sides? Because I can do it both ways.
I look over at Honguzi. Would she approve of, just lacing on the sides, or should they be sewn up, or?
Confidence is important, including confidence in what you got. I grab my chest. So undo the bindings and then let them out. He just nods.
Why do you think I never wear pants, Proserpina?
That's why.
Okay.
Well, one of my kobold assistants is going to come and take some measurements, so let me go grab them. Trench
Okay.
wobbles to like the back room, and then you see kobold, like a different looking blue kobold, kind of scrabbles outward and like starts measuring, and is like, can you kind of lean down a bit?
Okay. And I do you want me to lean down? You want me to get on my knees, or would it be better for you?
Wait, and like rushes back and pulls out like a stool. Like, okay, and just like starts taking some measurements. Okay, I'm gonna go take these to my boss. And rushes back.
Do I need to roll to notice that it's 3 kobolds in trench coat?
I think Kanguzi, if you think you figured it out, I think Kanguzi's smart enough here.
Okay.
Like his passive intelligence.
They're not. These are not criminal masterminds.
So cute.
Yeah, and then you see Trench kind of wobble back out. So what kind of colors were we thinking of?
I look over at Hankuzi. Turquoise? Brown? Sunflower?
Purples, violets, your dark blues.
Plum.
Okay.
Plum looks really good on me.
Something
Okay.
that'll look well in artificial light.
What he said.
Great. So, how long do I have? How long till you need this dress?
How long will we stay in?
We shouldn't be here for more than a couple of days.
Okay. A bit of a rush job, but I can handle it. So what do we say? A gold piece for both the dress and the fitting.
Okay.
Everybody in that trench coat and everybody in that coat's going to be working on it, right?
Come again? Yes, I will be working in the trench coat. Yes, on the dress in the trench coat. Yes. Listen, here at Trenches Coats, we pride ourselves on. We as a company pride ourselves on superior dragon-born craftsmanship. It's what Dragonborn here are known for, superior craftsmanship and attention to detail. That's what we as a collective are known for. Yes. Kind of like lifts to his little kobold-sized hand.
He's blinks very slowly.
You're gonna do great work. This is gonna be awesome.
I agree.
And I hand them 2 gold. One for you and one for your little friend who measured me.
Yes, our kobold assistant. Yes, those kobolds. They are very well-meaning and such hard workers. If only they had if only it was the common knowledge the kobolds could craft as well as us Dragonborn. But oh well, alas. I'm going.
And they're really cute too.
We are going to get right on that dress for you, ma'am. And like bows, and I'm gonna make a dexterity save as they try to bow.
I want you to. Damn, there's no nat 1. Wait, is there a nat 1 for you to
No,
use?
you see two kobolds tumble out the top of the trench coat, and just onto the floor, and then there's just like a third one covered in the rest of the trench coat.
It wasn't a secret. It wasn't a secret.
What do you mean? This was a flawless disguise. We've never been discovered.
You're lying.
You were the,
No,
I
we've
didn't
never
notice.
been. Wow. Do you still want to work with us?
Oh yeah, I do.
Oh.
I do.
Whew.
I do want to work.
Whew.
Be silver off.
Of course.
Good.
Like goes and gives you promissory silver, Hong Huzi.
He'll try to pass it. Like he'll try to just like surreptitiously just like pass it back to Proserpina.
I make a sleight of hand check.
Let's see.
We'll do it after on Proserpina's passive perception. Ooh, that won't do it. So Proserpina, you do see Hong Huzi try to slip the like 3 silver into your bag.
No, here, Mr. Trench.
What? Yeah.
Take
Oh.
this as well.
Okay. Looking at Hong Huzi like.
he'll just like close his eyes and won't do anything.
We are gonna go work on the dress.
Okay,
And they just scamper off.
I'm gonna skip out of this shop.
Okay. Like he'll follow after like after a couple seconds, just like quietly muttering to himself. He'll just follow after.
What are you looking for now?
I just want to look and explore and see what's here.
Great. That kobold from before who hadn't really introduced themselves yet is going to kind of flag you down again. Come here.
Oh, you had all the cool thingies, and I'm gonna skip over.
So much. So, what can I get ya?
You showed me you showed me a bird, I believe, that would talk. And wand. What else do you have?
Ooh. You like the bird?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So they put like a badger down that looks almost exactly like very similar to the bird. This one is like this one, but for smells. You put a smell in it, and then it can release the smell.
So what you're saying, if I farted into it, I can. Oh, I'm buying this.
Okay. 50 gold.
Okay.
No. No.
It's magic.
It's offensive.
It's
50
magic.
Gold. 50 gold. No.
What? It'll be
It's
so
what it
much fun
costs.
when I get
You are
my
being.
brother.
You're being scammed again.
Beans?
Nuh-uh.
Do you want to buy beans? He pulls out like a handful of glowing beans.
What kind of racket is this?
Oh, you want a racket? It holds out like a tennis racket. Is this not what
These
you
are
want?
beans?
Proserpina cities are dangerous. We're leaving.
What kind of beans?
Glowing beans.
Do you eat them? Do you need
I
to
don't know.
cultivate them in a garden? How
I
do you
don't
care
know.
for the beans?
They're just glowing.
I love beans.
You want to buy them?
How much?
Two gold a bean.
2
Wait.
gold a bean, huh?
1.5 gold a bean.
So, that would be, I'm not so good at math. So how about I just give you, how many beans are in his hand?
Looks to be about like 10.
How about I just give you 15 gold for all of them? Does that sound fair?
Yes.
Okay. Here you go. And he'll take 15 gold out of his pouch and just drop it in the kobold's
Yeah,
hand.
put glowing beans in your inventory.
Nice. oh boy, gold beans. And he's just holding them like this for a minute, like very carefully. And he like kind of finds a nice safe pocket in his poncho to like store them in.
You have arrows.
I do.
Pulls out an arrow that looks like it just kind of has like a sandbag on it. This one. Hey, and kind of you can knock him back with the arrow.
Can I hold it for a second? I'd like to judge see how aerodynamic I think.
So
I may not know a lot of things,
as
but I know archery.
as you hold it, you can feel it having enough weight to like knock someone back, but you see there's just a little bit of runic carving that means that it like is perfectly balanced still.
Okay. How much for this?
25 an arrow.
I'll take 2.
Okay. So these are knockback arrows. So basically, it allows you to do like a shove attack with a ranged attack. But if you critically hit with them, it'll knock back 15 feet, and they fall prone.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
So you can essentially do shove attacks now with your arrows if you use them. And we'll kind of rustle in and pull out what looks to be just a handful of Hongyuzi you recognize as iridescent crystal. Spells? Spells? Just questioning.
I
Who
lean
did
into
you
smell.
rob to pick these up?
No, that's no. My name's Snotfoot, not Rob.
I know where those come from. Who did you? And I know who they don't sell to. How did you get those?
I sold, bought from people who they do sell to.
Inside
I am like puts the like. Here's the thing. It's not a bag. It's loose. Just like sets them down on the table. You see them vibrate a little bit. And, like they're fairly unstable. Listen, I am a well-known purveyor of creation and arcane technology. I don't have to take this. I create marvels.
Inside check.
Inside. I mean, what's the inside on?
Did these get smuggled to him? Did they get smuggled to him?
No. The indignation seems pretty. You think that first of all, the like famous. Let's not distinguish between famous and infamous in this community. Well, like you don't think he stole these.
You slam those down on the table again, they might explode.
Picks them up. You want to buy them then?
It's your shop.
Safe to me.
you just like slowly like move his hand back, just like let's keep going.
We'll come back to them. And we'll pull out what looks to be just basically a puck of sticky tack. Put these on your shoes to climb up stuff. No?
No.
Puts it on his head. Okay. How about? Okay. So, we have the badger and the bird. Here is the bear. This one, you can take it takes a picture like a painting of one thing, and then you can put it another place. Just one. Here. You see, he touches the bear, and it kind of like glows for a second, and then he pushes it again, and kind of a static minor illusion, essentially, of the scene of you three standing in front of his shop appears. Very fancy. And also, real quick, Hanguzi would know that iridescent crystal can essentially be used to replace any spell component of a material value or non, or you can crush it for wild magic. So that's like, yeah.
Okay, if you're into some special kind of parties, yeah, sure, but
Also, the three of you make perception checks.
Yeah.
So, Honghuzi and Proserpina, there's a very, I'm just gonna put it as fresh smell wafting from this individual, from some vigorous exercises of the carnal variety, fresh. You smell this as well, Chatter, but you can't quite pin the direction. You like as you stand closer, it's just starting to waft towards you all. Oh, spells, and like we'll hold up what looks to be kind of like a dream catcher type of device. If spell ends, it'll hold on just a little longer. And kind of like sets that down. Essentially what that is, if a spell you've cast completes its duration, this will essentially keep it going for one more round.
Ooh.
So,
I'm just gonna like this one. No, it's like
That's
also
really
bombs. Do you want bombs?
Oh dear, bombs.
Yeah.
That sounds dangerous.
Mm-hmm. That's kind of the point of bombs. Did you want a healing bomb?
you doing it in the street?
Healing bomb.
Huh?
Were you doing it in the street?
Doing what? Selling? Yes. Sorry, did you want a healing bomb?
No,
I'm
the
getting
other thing.
them. I'm
The thing you
getting
didn't
top.
wash. The thing you didn't wash up after.
Wash?
No offense, but it smells like you've been kind of rutting around.
Did you want a rut?
Don't like you that
I
much.
wasn't- I don't, no. I mean, no.
Well, I just pulls
I
out what looks to
scurry
be
behind
kind of like what looks to be essentially like a little terrain piece of a rut, like like a ditch. If you push this on the ground, a little ditch will show up.
No, I think we're good. I
Okay.
think we're good. Bye-bye.
Bye.
We're not going back.
No, I was, no.
Yes. Any other? You can also very easily pick up healing potions here. A normal healing potion will cost you 50 gold pieces, and a greater one will be 200 gold pieces.
Shatter's gonna kind of look over his new beans as they go,
Yeah.
kind of see like what the deal with those is, kind of just holding them in his hand and sort of getting vibes.
Yeah, they look like beans, but they glow.
Can I do like a nature check or an arcana check
Yeah.
to see if I can determine anything?
Give me a nature check. Yeah, they're definitely not. They look like beans that glow. Is what you got so far?
Interesting.
I'm just gonna see if you can't like find another tailor. There's confidence in three kobolds and a trench coat has been shaken.
Yeah. Roll an investigation check.
Let's see what
I'll
we
say
got.
to find another tailor.
What do you want?
Great. Yeah. Yeah. You find a little shop with an actual dragonborn man, kind of looks to be as you walk into the shop, appears to be fitting someone else, fitting a looks to be a kind of elf with darker skin in kind of a very fancy kind of suit. Yes. So I think this is going to be a very good. Pardon me, folks. I'll be with you in just a second. Yes, I think your husband will adore this, sir. Uh, Thank you so much. I will take care of these last little fittings, and then you should be all ready for the wedding. Uh, best of best of luck to all you all. And we'll kind of the elf steps into the dressing room and turns around. Greetings, welcome. Uh, what can I help you all with?
Looking to commission a dress.
All right.
Could be a
Who
bit of a
for?
rush. For my companion here.
Okay. What are we looking
She's-
for?
Something formal. She's looking to impress a family member she hasn't met in a while.
All right.
And,
All right.
families spread out a little bit, so
We're looking for a flex dress, is what I'm hearing.
rather something that'll impress Drow.
All right. All right.
An old-fashioned Drow.
Okay. So we're looking for something more traditional drow.
Exactly.
Got it. So we're going to be headed more towards, well, normally I would say more velvets, but with your skin tone, probably more towards the purple end of the spectrum. Probably something a nice, rich, deep purple on the edge of black. Drow love those darker colors that tend toward black. I'm gonna say probably some silver filigree along the dress. Definitely a bit of lace and ruffles. As much as Drow tend to like the more sleek design, they also want the display of wealth within it. So we want it to be simple but extravagant, if that makes sense. That's kind of the Drow MO usually for fashion. Does that sound to your liking?
Oh, it sounds lovely. And out of character, I have this dress in my closet.
Amazing. So we'll kind of I'm Bendar.
I'm Proserpina.
Pleasure to meet you, Proserpina. If you don't mind, I'm just gonna take some measurements.
Sure.
Um,
Let me
Great.
undo the bindings under this because I'm an archer and it makes it easier. But with the
totally
length.
understand. That's something as well as. Are you gonna? I'm guessing we're gonna not be having the bindings. This is not a practical dress, or
Oh, I wouldn't wear this in the field though. No, this right? Not in the field, right, Goosey?
I mean,
No,
I
not-
can make dresses that can accommodate. It's just gonna be less fancy.
No, I need just to be on the safe side. I need something that she would really like.
Great, you got it. And well, yeah, just very quickly take your measurements. Take your measurements. It looks like just by kind of sizing you up, Bendar has kind of gotten your measurements already mostly down in their head. And just kind of, well, um, how soon are you folks leaving?
Within a couple of days.
All right.
Emphasis on couple.
No problem. Well, to properly make this what it's supposed to be with, now I could do silver colored thread. Some people here can do some bits of enchanting to lower the cost, but if we want this to be proper, we're going to do real lace, real silver threading along the dress. So it's gonna be rather expensive, probably about 4 or 5 gold. I'll give you a more accurate price upon completion of the dress. I don't want to take any money before I finish my work. If you're not satisfied, then you don't have to pay me. That's how this works. But in order to make this proper and do it right, probably going to be around that. Is that all right?
Absolutely.
All right, no
I'll cover it.
problem. You got it.
You sure? Because I mean, I've got it.
No, it's fine. I make money.
And are either of you two looking for any other garments? Do more than dresses.
I'm good, thanks. I just like seeing Proserpina all happy about her dress.
No problem. Are you looking for something to complement or at least be in the same level of attire?
If I'm gonna be wearing something appropriate for a retainer that needs to be shown off.
Understood. What kind of colors does your lady have?
Let me and like I'm sure I've got like I'm sure I've got like
a
something.
seal or
Yeah, like
something.
something of hers, like a seal, like something like that. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. Just...
Understood. Let me just take some measurements for you.
Sure.
Roll me an insight check on Rosie as he takes some measurements on you.
Ooh, 7. Well, just a moment. Let me.
Yeah, luck point.
Yeah, I think I
Do it.
might. Yeah.
Oh, I just got back down to pay attention so that I can delete this luck point from your.
What? The same number? Okay, yeah. If it's a 7, it's a 7.
Ah, I rolled a natural 1. So, you see Ben Dar with that's BEN apostrophe DAR, by the way, but is taking measurements is like lingering a little bit around your more well-toned areas as he's like taking some measurements. And you like maybe catch him kind of sizing you up in the mirror a little bit, and then kind of like completes the task. It takes a lot longer with you than it did Proserpina. Well, I will be happy to tailor an outfit for you. I didn't get your name. What's your name?
My friends. My name's Hunguzi.
What's wrong, Honguzi? You seem like, you're a little bit, having problems.
You actually be called Steve.
Once upon a time I chose to go by Stefan. But you can call me Hunguzi.
Well, it'd be my pleasure. We'll kind of like grab your hand and kiss it.
Aren't you just a charmer?
Just doing my job.
I'm sure.
Well, unless there's anything else I can help you with.
Well, I'm sure I'll be back. Something might come to mind.
I must say I'd love to see if you fit into any of my other outfits I have already made. I think you would cut quite the figure in them.
Well, that sounds like a wonderful time.
Great. Well, when you come back for your retainer outfit, then we'll make a bit of a show of it. How about that?
Wonderful.
Terrific. Kind of like see a bit of a big old smile crosses his face, and he retires to the back.
Well, he seemed nice.
Weren't a lot of people out there on that farm, were there?
Oh, I mean, there was me, my mom, my dad, my 2 brothers, my 2 sisters, the sheep, the goats, the cows, the chickens, the pigs, the bunny rabbits. We had a couple of barn cats. There's some mice. Why?
Don't worry about it. Just, I'll have to head out in the evening. Make this appointment.
I promise not to go anywhere when you're out, so that way you don't have to worry about me.
Thank you.
Great. At this point, it's getting a little later in the evening. You were able to hear about the offer from Kalkai, I will say.
say I sent a sending spell
yeah,
to
it's-
Hong Hoozy because he's
It's
there.
it's pretty easy to figure out. So
I think
unless there was
let me
any,
check and see if I have a fucking spell spot.
you definitely have a spell slot. Like,
Okay.
you didn't use up all of your 3rd to 6th level spells.
I don't know.
So unless there's any other stops for you folks,
There was.
I was talking to these 3.
Oh.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking like.
I don't think so.
You could.
Okay.
So you 3 head back, and then Elenia after that will say, "Are you ready to retire?"
Yes.
Terrific. So we will now cut. Alexander, you have found at the top of the second beetle, there appears to be a very nice, essentially, there's a small kind of tavern. It's got a bar and obviously the kitchen area to the back and a bit of seating, but what it appears to be is they've set up essentially a patio on the very apex of the beetle. Appears to be a bit nicer and fancier than the other taverns. For you to take Anja to.
Alexander just walks up. Words. Thank you.
In character.
No, totally in character. Are you
Yeah.
alright?
Yeah. Words are just not my friend today.
Why are we here? Why aren't we going find everybody else? Like, we have stuff to tell them, right?
Yeah, but I figured while we were here and while I have the time to do it, we could have dinner because we've never really done that.
You're taking me on our first date? Ever?
Yes. Yes, I am.
Like, there's like a moment of like, by the way, they've been fucking for like 6 weeks.
Amazing. And I will be a little AFK as this date progresses.
But don't you have like armor or something that you're doing? Like, don't you have like a thing to do? Like, dates can take a really long time. Are you sure?
Yeah.
Like, are you sure this is okay?
Yeah, I told them it was gonna be about an hour, and I have like 30 minutes left. So I was like,
So I'm going on a 30-minute date? You know what? It's okay. I'm not going to be picky because I've never had a boyfriend ever take me out on a date before. So this is the first date I've ever been on in my entire life. So I'm going to really, 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 really enjoy this, okay?
okay. So it won't. Let's find. Okay, computer. Thank you.
Just looking up, like, looking up at you, like, incredibly, like, expectingly. Like...
Yeah. No, he's gonna find a bartender and he's gonna have him just kind of set him up and get a table and order food. I don't know what Anja wants.
Anja's gonna have wine, and she's gonna have... Anja's not a salad girl, so she's gonna definitely, like, look at the menu and be like, oh yes, the lamb skewers, please. I'm very, like, I don't know if you know this, but drow have a really hard time, like, keeping their iron up, because, so, like, we have to eat red meat all the time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I've never... I always just eat what has the most nutrition.
Yeah, exactly. Like, why don't you get some lamb too? 2 lamb skewers, please, and the bottle of your best red. Like, not realizing that you have no fucking money.
No, I've got like 10 gold.
No fucking money.
I don't know what you're talking about.
She's gonna just sit, go like find the table, and just like sit all pretty and like super excited.
He gets his usual like whiskey and sits down as well because he likes his whiskey.
Yeah,
He's gonna sit down and just be like, okay.
This is a date.
Yeah.
There's
Not
nobody
my.
else here.
Yeah. And you see, he is completely just like unable to deal. He's not used to this at all.
I mean, Alex,
Um.
we're alone all the time. I mean, usually we're naked, but we're
Yeah.
still alone all the time. Do you just need, like, some help? Like, let's talk about what did you do before we discovered that we had a dragonborn sibling?
Oh, are you talking about earlier? Yeah, I'm working with some dwarves to get me some armor.
Oh, you didn't want to make it yourself this time?
Well, no, mostly because if I tried to make it myself, it would take a very long time
Oh, okay.
because I don't have the proper stuff while on the road.
So speaking of, I have a question.
Mm.
Why does your shield look like Chatter's penis?
So while I was making it, there were a bunch of things I wanted to incorporate into it.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize until after that it looked the way it did, or that it was going to look the way it did. But I had already got the materials ready for it, so I couldn't not do it
But
that
why
way.
is it Chatter's penis and not your
That's not.
penis?
It's not Chatter's penis.
Oh no, that is shaped. We have all seen that man's dick, and it looks exactly like his.
Nope.
Are
Nope.
you in
Not.
denial?
Yes. Yes, I am.
Okay.
And let me be in denial.
Okay, I will respect that boundary. Do you like Chatter?
No comment.
Okay, I mean it's fine. Like like it's fine to like other people. You know that, right? Like it's not wrong to like other people. It's just wrong to act on it without my
Yes,
permission.
I know. I know.
Okay.
And that's why I'm in denial
Okay.
instead.
Well, when you want to leave denial and she sips her wine as the waiter has poured the glass because she paid for the most expensive wine. To well, she didn't pay for it. She asked for it. Ooh, she's gonna swirl it in her. She's gonna swirl it in her. This is bourbon, not wine. She's gonna swirl it in her glass.
Good job.
And just be like a hint of. I'm not a sommelier, but I think this might have some blackberry in it. It's kind of sweet, but also dry. This is very good, thank you. Was there anything you wanted to talk about?
Well, I mean, other than the obvious, we have a stepmother. Not really, but I figure that's not exactly the most, what's the word? Romantic conversation.
But it's an important conversation, and it's okay if it's not romantic to have. Like, it's okay to have important conversations in times like this as well. I mean, I guess, like, for myself, those emotions that kind of came flooding. One, I felt bad about bad-mouthing George because for some reason he seemed to be an okay husband until he fucking left. Big drama energy.
All I know is that kind of changes how I was going to do things with the rest of the siblings.
Oh, wait, like other than Juliana? Like there's other ones?
Oh, yes.
I guess it's just like one of the things. I mean, there's this, and we know what this is, and was kind of hoping with George dead, the thing that sort of lingers over our head about what this is kind of also went away, but just it didn't go away. I told Chatter, by the way.
Okay.
It just kind of came up. I was a little drunk, and so Chatter just kind of knows that, because Chatter knew that we're biologically siblings, but not actual emotional siblings. I figured if he was around, it was something that I should have, I feel like he had, the right to know, because we were, it's not like you're actually affectionate in public or anything, and I'm not complaining, I understand. You're not the affectionate guy. I get plenty of affection in the bedroom. I'm not complaining. But, in case you ever decided to be affectionate in public, he was the only one that knew that we are genetically related and also smooching. But you don't smooch me, so...
I told you, I'm not very good at that.
I know. You wait till the door's closed.
No. I know at this point, especially with Hung Huzi and Chatter, I trust the group enough that I think A, they wouldn't care, or B, even if they did care, they wouldn't put up a fuss because it's us.
Hung Huzi and I are a drow, raised in a hedonistic cult.
There's also that.
But I guess... I know she asked us to go look for this person and there's, this obligation, but there's a part of me that just feels... And I know this is very, very selfish, and I'm really sorry that this is super selfish, because I don't want to be a selfish person. But it just kind of makes it all... I just kind of wanted to leave that behind, and it's just not behind anymore, again.
Right. The way I'm going to put it is, I never was going to forget about the siblings that we have. A lot of them have been hurt by Bogmar himself.
Yeah.
By Papa Dearest. Okay.
That man is not my daddy.
No, he just runs like people blowing up my phone. On you. Okay. No, but a lot of them, while strong, do need help. Anyway, I was putting it off because there's more important things to do right now.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we have to think of it this way. If George was this way towards all of his former lovers, if you will,
Yeah.
all of them feel this way, and I'm not entirely comfortable leaving it like that.
On her second glass of wine. Yeah, I think it's very honorable of you to take that responsibility. And I support you. Even if it hurts.
I'm gonna make sure it's not... I'm gonna make sure it's not that it gets between anything, because...
No, it's not! You're amazing!
Yeah. I gotta do things like that.
I understand. I'm here to help you with those things. And I'm here to help you with those things, but also to make sure that those things help more people than they hurt people.
Yeah.
like, I want the best for you and for us and for everyone that George hurt. And if you are taking that responsibility, then I'm here to do that with you. I love you.
I just got a lot of shit to do.
I know. Let's save the world from the gift first, though, okay?
Yeah.
Cool.
I know
Our
one
DM isn't
thing I
here,
have
so
to
I'm
do.
stalling.
Yeah, I noticed. But yeah.
I wonder what kind of fucking room that we're gonna get. Is it gonna... Oh, he's back.
speaking of, yeah. I don't know what kind of room we're gonna get, but I'm curious now too.
Oh
So-
my god, she knows that we're siblings, though. We better... How are we gonna be like, by the way, we're sharing a room. Make it a king size.
That's exactly what I'm gonna tell her. She can just like it or not.
Yay! Okay, it's Rob's turn.
So, I know what Alexander's doing before you all arrive to get your bed. Andra, what do you want to do before going to get your lodging for the night? Andra?
Oh, me?
Yeah, that's you. So
I'm gonna
everyone's
go...
been shopping, and then Alexander has
Sorry,
blacksmith
I didn't
stuff.
Hear. I'm like partially deaf half the time, so and like
It's all
my
good.
attention is just like, oh my god, chat, what's happening?
It's all good.
So I
what-
think like when we part from like our date, I'm immediately gonna go find like wherever Proserpina and Hanhuzi and Obadiah.
Hanhuzi.
Obadiah is Hanhuzi. Chatter
Okay.
are listen.
So I will say you four kind of meet each other kind of on the bottom of the second beetle, like you all came down at the same time.
Has anyone seen Throck? That's like the first
And there you
thing
see
I see.
Throck descending the second beetle as well with Elenia. Whoa.
So
You all know that at this point there's probably like a little bit, just like half hour or so before Alexander's probably gonna be let off from blacksmithing.
before we just continue real quick, Rob,
Mhm.
I don't know if you heard, but Anja requested the fanciest shit at this place, not realizing that Alex is fucking broke.
Yeah, Alex.
How much does she?
Clear your money, Alex. Just clear your little gold pouch of 10 gold, please.
By the way, Anja has 221 gold on her. Okay. Hi, Throck. How are you? Hi, Alenia. Hi, guys. We're all
Hello.
here together again. Hey. I have
What is
something
it?
that I need to tell everyone. And some of you kind of already know about this. But you're probably wondering why, we were staying behind with that lady who offered us lodging and probably, excuse me, that's my stomach, not COVID, I promise. Hey, acid reflux makes you cough, by the way. So she is the ex-wife of George Bogmar. Alex and I's biological father.
Oh, that's interesting.
Oh, so you got to meet your stepmom. That's kind of good.
We got to meet our stepmom. And apparently there's a sibling that's in trouble that I tried to scry on, and we couldn't quite... They denied my scrying. They didn't want to be found. And I'm gonna look at Proserpina and Throck. Especially Proserpina, because you've been in the tent with us snuggling. Like... So yeah, there's that. Proserpina, Throck, so you know that we are but we're also
I
biological.
kind of assumed.
We're also biological siblings, and I didn't want to keep that a secret from you since it's now kind of a thing that's coming up. Half siblings.
Okay.
Okay, you're just. Oh, okay. Yay, thanks.
I mean, animals do it like that, and a lot of people in my village did that. A lot of them.
It's very common in Drow society, actually, especially the nobles.
Oh,
Mm-hmm. Mostly cousins, but
People don't talk about it.
yeah, I mean they don't talk about it; they just do it. But I just didn't want to keep secrets from people that we always have to have each other's backs. We're traveling together and we're dependent on each other, and I just didn't want to keep that anymore from the two of you.
Lainey will kind of nod. This is wisdom. And will kind of nudge Throck.
Yes, thank you.
Gives you like a
What?
go on.
Thank you for telling us the truth.
Throck also had something he was considering and may need counsel on.
Oh,
He kind of looks at Lydia, kind of like, well, I was thinking about going back to see the bog. Not like stopping the trip, but I have an ability to go through trees, and I was thinking about checking in the bog because of my vision I have. It takes, I can only do it once a day, so I would have to go one day and then come back the next.
you'd be going by yourself though. Isn't that dangerous?
Yes, I can take other people, but I didn't want to slow the group down.
So, despite the popular belief that Alex is in charge, I'm in charge of Alex. So, I'm gonna look at upon the rest of everyone, and it's like, do we want Throck to go alone for this, or do we want to help him?
never go alone to do something that could be dangerous.
Especially look towards Chatter, because Chatter's the one that gave us like this information about like what was going on in the forest, and it's like, Chatter, are you okay with the detour?
I mean, we have to help one another, right?
Absolutely.
As long as it doesn't take too long, I guess, but yeah, that's fine.
My concern as well was that, Throck, I believe you saw a dragon in your vision.
Yes, I was about to say that. I also don't want to risk your lives just so I can see my home. That's really it. I just want to see it.
If it's the really big dragon you were talking about, I don't think. If it's there, it's not gonna matter whether it's all of us, because it's not. We're not gonna win.
Yes, I don't want to fight the dragon.
You just want to see it.
Yes, or just see at least the forest before the bog, just so I know it's not burnt to ashes.
Well, how about this? You said you can take people with you. Why don't... This is a very lovely place. Like, we're not having a bad time here, right? So how about you take like one person with you for backup? I have the ability to send, so I volunteer so that way I can communicate with everybody else that's left over. But if you would prefer somebody else to help go there to support you, I could. We can make it a point to where I can check in with you and the other person, maybe like at a certain time during the day. And if I don't get anything back, we know to come and like save you. Is there somebody you want to take with you if it's only going to take you a couple of days?
I can come with you, Throck.
Okay.
We can travel quickly together if we fly.
Yes.
Well, if the two of you want to go and do that, and the rest of us can stay with this caravan so you know where we're at, or at least easy to find since we are moving, but much easier to find that way, I think we can do that, can't we, everyone? Except Alex, because he's not here.
You sure you don't want more than one of us to go with you?
If the dragon's there, it's going to be a lot harder for all of us to get away.
Yes. And
This is more of a covert mission, right?
yes.
And Chatter is definitely the best person to go with you since he has the ability to make you guys go, like, really, really quiet.
I can make us very sneaky, yes.
So, how about this? Chatter, you can go with Throck, and I can check you. I'll make sure I have sending saved, and I can check in with you an hour before sundown each day that you're gone, and you can check in with me and let us know what's going on and if you're coming back that day, okay?
That sounds good.
All right. I'll tell Alex.
I'll just say Alec comes down and reunites at this point. You all have been like just talking and discussing for long enough.
Hey Alex, Throck and Chatter are going on a vacation together. It's not really a vacation. They're going on a covert mission together to the swamp. So we have to wait here for them, okay?
The swamp where the dragon was?
Yep. Just them. They're going spy. They're our best spies.
Okay. Don't die, because that would be awkward paperwork.
When have you done paperwork?
I do paperwork all the time. Don't you see my journal? Pulls out journal. What, you think I write in here for my health? No.
Oh, I always thought it was self-care. I'm not...
Keep records and the cops bust you with them. It's outrageous keeping records. Terrible idea.
I'm gonna look at Hungary. You realize he's an ex-cop, right?
I try to forget about it. Yeah, I was about to say, I was literally soldier, most likely military police at some point, if or like the equivalent.
Yeah.
Old habits die hard.
At this point, I'll say you've been like going up to the first beetle to get your lodging. Kakai will kind of greet you. Greetings, salutations. I assume this means you all are looking for a place to rest and relax.
Oh.
Both in R and another R.
Yeah,
Perfect.
that's exactly how it works. You know what? Some of us do share rooms, so you don't have to worry about like getting one for everybody.
Who would be pairing or tripling or quadrupling off?
Bachmar siblings are pairing together.
Understood. Does anyone else desire a room with another individual?
King size bed, sorry.
That is acceptable. That's fine. I'm going to take it from the silence that everyone else is fine with an individual room.
Chatter is gonna look at Hanguzi and just And then look at Proserpina.
Nice.
Then Chatter's gonna look at Proserpina and ask, is anybody going to be staying with Proserpina? For your safety, of course.
If it's what you prefer.
I will say that this is it is not exactly my place of residence. However, it is a more communal area for members of the tribe council. So it is guarded in multiple different aspects.
Then maybe we should tell you there's assassins after Proserpina, so we need extra guards around her, okay?
That is entirely doable. I will say also, if you are concerned about it, it is not accessible by scrying
Ooh, okay, that is
or
important.
other divinatory magics.
Okay.
That's good.
Does your tribe regularly associate with any nightly orders?
Most of our business occurs during the daytime, unless you were referring to a night with a K at the beginning, in which case also no.
Are you associated with
he's
the
not sure if
night?
he's not sure if that was a joke or not. So he just like stops, blinks.
Our business dealings are almost exclusively with, well, no, exclusively with groups such as yourselves who wander into our tribe or other tribes similar to us. We, in fact, do not engage with economic practices with other settlements. We try to keep a step removed, as our previous association is usually found unsavory by other settlements.
So you don't have any association with an organization called the Wilted Rose, correct?
I've never heard of that organization
Okay,
in
that's
my
an organization
lifespan.
that's trying to kill my very beautiful, wonderful, sweet friend here, and we don't want that to happen. It's awful. Bad things will
I will
happen.
tell the guard to ask every potential a person who would attempt to enter where you all are sleeping if they are a member of this order, and if they say yes, they shall be barred entry. Does that sound acceptable?
That sounds very acceptable. Also, if there's any loud noises coming from me in Alexandra's room, it's perfectly normal. Don't worry about it. If there's an actual problem, I will send you a message.
Understood.
You see how kind of just wipe his eyes
I
a
just
little
want
bit.
to cover. If there's gonna be extra
Forehead.
security, I'm just covering in every aspect.
That understood.
Okay.
I am now going to commence leading you all to the place of which I'm speaking.
Thank you. Please commence.
Okay. You see, Kakai kind of leads you up and along the shell of the beetle to kind of the point. So, again, imagine like a giant stag beetle. And there's a point kind of that overlooks where it's kind of a bit above where the head of the beetle is. And it kind of comes to a natural point, and you see built into the shell a large set of double doors with a couple guards in very kind of like light skirmisher attire with scimitars and short bows on them, kind of nod at Kalkai and open the doors, and you see inside the shell a kind of tiled along the floors and walls of this structure. Yeah.
I just would like to say Alexander is sizing up the guards as he walks by, just trying to gauge how combat.
They look. I mean, you know, they don't look. They're not you, but they seem more than competent. As you walk in, you all feel immediate hit of kind of like moisture and heat. As you step inside the shell of this beetle, you see there's like long two corridors to the left and right, and another large set of double doors with a beautiful mosaic along it. And Kakai will kind of point at different rooms, assigning them to all of you, and will then say, however, this is not the primary feature that most individuals prefer. If you wouldn't mind following me through these doors, and we'll start heading towards the large set of double doors. kind of pushes them open, and there's actually just another set of kind of corridors along the to the left and right, and then another set of double doors. These will become relevant in a second when you make use of the facility. However, I will simply show it for now. We'll push open the door, and you see a very large, nicely, again, tiled. You're not exactly sure what's going on here, but it's inside the shell of this beetle. And there is a large basin of heated water with steam rising up. Just this, like, perfect little heated pool of water surrounded by tile and like seating and just this like very nice kind of place. This pool of water is heated by the body heat of the beetle on which we ride. It is quite relaxing and invigorating. There are changing rooms for people if you do not desire to be nude in front of certain members of your party. I would request that you do not wear normal clothes. There's it changes of clothes in the changing rooms, thus the name. So please partake as much as you desire of the facility, and I will see you all in the morning.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
None of you are kobolds or dragonlords, so you do not know the irksomeness of grit between your scales. However, I heard that scaleless people still do enjoy these. Although, you, pointing at Throck, do you experience this as well?
Yes.
It is quite rejuvenating. I must tell you.
Yes, I'm going to spend most of my time in there.
I agree. This we call it a hot spring of water here within the beetle. It is quite soothing. So please change whenever you like and enjoy. As she kind of leaves.
He's already taken it off.
I see. Averts her eyes as she walks out. And yeah, there's this beautiful like tiled room with a giant little hot spring with steam rising up above it.
We're all there?
Yeah.
Is it one top? Is there a wall that's separate?
Well, so there's changing rooms, and then there's
Okay.
also, you see little partitions that can be drawn to separate the circular pool as much as you or little as you want. Y'all asked.
That's in character. Just
Welcome to
super-
the Hot Springs episode, everyone.
All we're missing now is a beach episode, and we're golden.
Run into a changing room to go change and get in the hot spring as soon as possible.
I'm running right after behind her! Like, it's like, oh my god, are there towels? Are there rose Proserpina? Oh my god, so, like, do we want to bathe with the boys, or do we just want, like, a private session with all of us? Like, are we, like, I've never
Chatter
been...
just
Go ahead, Chatter.
Chatter just immediately like takes off his poncho and like neatly folds it, takes off his kilt and lays it down and just sinks down into the hot spring, like doesn't even stop or ask or care. He just kind of like whoop.
It is very nice.
I'm assuming that there's like big floofy towels in the changing
Oh,
rooms.
100%.
Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna get naked and I'm gonna grab one of the biggest floofiest towels and just wrap it around my body. And it's like, are you ready?
Let's go.
Okay, let's go. And so yeah, we're just the ladies are coming out in towels.
Alexander's gonna go to his room first and take off his armor and change into some like actual casual clothes and then come back.
Like my armor is literally a leather corset, which just looks like it's a part of my outfit. So like,
Yeah. Alexander has to go through a pain in the butt every single time he wants to change. So I think it takes like what, a minute to doff armor, heavy armor,
10
something like
minutes.
that.
10 minutes.
10 minutes. I thought that was put it on.
Pretty sure it's 5 to take it off.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
it's
not-
still ridiculous.
It's still some, yeah, it's not a
process.
short. Yeah.
But yeah, so he goes and takes it off. By that time, I'm sure everyone else got it because they don't have to do it.
At this point, like, Anja's just already with, like, a rag on her head, just, like, leaning back in the hot spring. I was like, Hunkuzi, this is the most skin you've ever seen on your boss's daughter.
Yeah, and all he's like, he got it. He got in like about as quickly as Shannon. He's like, let's do this.
I totally forgot to ask Kaukai before she left.
Mhm.
If we could retroactively ask her real fast.
Yeah.
Is there a stable or something like that for a horse?
As you may notice, we do have an exceptionally large amount of mounts that we take care of as part of the caravan. It would not be an inconvenience to take care of one more.
Okay. I meant more. Sorry. Let me rephrase that. Would it be possible for me to clean my horse somewhere?
Not within the hot spring?
No.
If
This is something that my friend reminded me of just a minute ago as well. Last time he was out, he was covered in lots of things. So he needs cleaned off.
I mean, he's
before
also
I get all that stuff.
out of character.
he's also a fine steed, you could just resummon him as not dirty.
Yeah.
Oh no,
He's
Not
a-
a real horse.
He's a
I
celestial
treat him-
creature.
I treat him like when he goes off, he doesn't clean. He doesn't give a shit.
Yes, I can find someone who takes care of
Thank you.
horses
Uh,
and similar creatures.
Okay, I'll leave him outside ready to go after I get him harvested. Thank you.
So, Proserpina, do you have a boyfriend or a girlfriend?
I
Or
mean,
just a
I
special
never
friend?
really- Not really. I mean, no one's ever seemed really interested in me when we were growing up. I mean, I was the only one like me, and grew up in a village of elves, and so I was just sort of there a lot of times. I mean, a few of them picked on me because of the horns, you know.
So mean.
Goat girl, goat girl. But,
That's
you know, I
somebody's
mean,
fetish. I'm really surprised nobody tried something on you. But you should have denied them anyway, because fetishes are bad unless they're consenting.
I mean, you know, it was what it was. I mean, my sisters dated, my brothers had my youngest brother. When I left home was, according to my mom and dad, too young to date. But they all dated, and I mean, I've never really been on a date or anything.
I'm gonna scoot incredibly close to her and lean against her, my body pressing against hers, and whisper into here, "What do you think about Hunkuzi?"
I mean, I feel really bad that I kind of got him hurt. He's been really good and really nice to me and really helpful, and I mean,
Have you seen
he's
those
a lot smarter
abs?
than he thinks he is, and he's a good hugger.
He's a very good hugger. Do you want me to talk to him about you, or have Alex talk to him about you? Because him and Alex, they're each other's only friends.
His only friend.
Time out. I'm not wrong.
I have no comment. That's all I'm saying.
Which, by the way, there's been no divider with all of this men. Okay, so you're just seeing your female companions tit to tit to each other. Chatter, you are. I'm sorry.
There's classy steam to make it safe for the animated
And
version.
there's towels. I mean, this game has incest. We're R-rated. Like,
This anime goes on after midnight. There doesn't need to be steam. I'm kidding.
right?
I'm kidding.
We're on Adult Swim, not Tsunami.
There's classy steam at first, okay? You gotta build up to things, okay?
And it's just
Yeah,
like,
I
well, I
don't-
mean, I'm just saying, he could probably use, like, he's already, like, really attached to you, and you know, and I'm just
I
saying.
just don't.
Chatter's just casually blowing bubbles in the water, like
Like, right next to the
Like,
girls.
while they're talking.
Yeah, I know how my mom and my dad were with my older sister dating, but I don't want him to get in any more trouble with Miss Lady Hareen about anything, and I'm just afraid that if something happens, that it could be worse for him, and that he doesn't deserve that because he's never done anything but right by me, so I just don't want him to get hurt no more.
Don't worry, I would never let her hurt him again.
Well, it's kind of complicated,
Oh?
and I don't know how complicated it is because I don't know a lot for sure. Just had a weird dream, and
What kind of dream? She's gonna, like, lean against you and, like, lean her head against yours very inquisitively. Like, what kind of dream? I'm going full fucking anime.
When we were at that weird little town with the lady, and Alex made that, or was it you and Alex who made the giant omelet?
Yeah, so, the dream lady? Yeah, she gave Alex dreams, too. What kind of dream did she give you? I didn't know she gave you one.
About myself at all. I dreamed about, Miss Lady Hareen.
Oh.
From what Kusi told me, I saw her on her wedding day. Then I saw her with a bunch of people who were like knights or something. Then I saw her signing a piece of paper that turned into fire. And then I saw her talking to someone who talked like this. And then I saw her at an orphanage in Kylam asking not to have her name on the papers.
So, out of character, Aja knows what this all fucking means. Because Hanguzi told her. So when I say this, I'm gonna say this with the deception rule. Do you think the Lady Hareen is your mom?
I mean, Hong Kuzi thinks so, and he would know her better than me. I mean, maybe. She was nice to me, and I don't know. I figured if she were, she would have told me.
That's probably why you're so important to her, though. Because, as a daughter of a drow matriarch, it does get really complicated when drow matriarchs don't have the prime stud to make their drow daughters. So, it's a very complicated society. It's very female run. And so whenever, drow that aren't full drow are born, sometimes it's kind of a scandal. And we don't make it very long. It's actually kind of a medical miracle that Honghuzi and I are both alive. Like, we're not like other half-elves. I can't speak for him, of course, but I was very sick as a young girl, and yay! Thank you for the raid. He games, she games. Yay! So I feel like the Lady Hareen was in probably a position because of her status that, like, if she was to have someone not with the designated proper stud, like father, because, you know, men are garbage in drow society. I'm just letting you know. I don't think men are garbage, but most lady drow definitely think men are garbage. They're just there for warriors and sperm donors. So, if you were conceived in a way that wasn't the proper way, she might have just wanted to protect you.
That's kind of what Honguzi said. And what Chatter said when I told them, and I don't. I want to ask. I don't know how to ask without Are you my mama?
Why don't you just ask her? Do you want me to do a sending spell? I can't do one tonight, but I can do one tomorrow.
Oh, no,
And I will just straight up ask her, hey, are you Proserpina's biological mother? I'll do it for you if that's what you want. This is loud now, by the way.
Wait, like that, like you hear like the sound of like Honguzi like standing up, like what are you doing?
The bubbles stop. The bubbles straight up stop, and just two yellow eyes just like look up.
As soon as you stand up, Obadiah, I'm just gonna look over at you. Oh, you're a grower, I see. And
You're gonna notice Throck is like literally 2 feet in front of you. He's just already floated up. And he's
Yeah,
just
you
right
hadn't noticed him
behind
until then.
this wasn't loud, like, on purpose. This is just, like, the passion that comes out of Anja. That just, like, you know, it's just, like, an intense conversation and forgot that everyone else was around you. Her kind of thing. It's like, hey, everyone stop. This is a girl conversation. Go on the other side.
Oh, so sorry, Anja. Sorry, Proserpina. And he just does some very sad bubbles, like, across the hot spring, like, towards the other side.
Chatter,
I
Alex
think
likes your
Alexander's gotten him
penis.
by now. What?
Oh, I know. I saw
great.
I saw his shield. I'm very flattered. I mean, I guess a lot of people do.
It's nice. You're a shower.
Thanks.
She gave me a sending stone so I can talk to her whenever I need to.
So just ask her. It's okay to just ask questions
I
directly.
just-
It's not rude if you want to know the truth. You're owed the truth. You know that, right?
I don't mean. But is it? Oh, is that a conversation for a sending stone, or should I mean?
Well,
I don't know. I don't know how to do this with anyone really. I don't know how. And since she's who she is, and from what I've heard all y'all say about her,
so actually,
I don't know how to do it with her.
if you want my opinion, this is my opinion. You can ask her the question on the sending stone, because sometimes having that barrier without the physicalness of being there, sometimes that can just cause a lot of emotions. And so sometimes sending, at the very least, can give that person a time to think about their answer, or it can give you a time to think about their answer before they answer, and so that passion and stupidity doesn't take the forefront, sort of thing. So I think that maybe asking her is through the sending stone is not a bad idea, and depending on her answer, then we take it from there. But that's only if you're comfortable with that. And if you're comfortable with that, I'm here for you. If you're uncomfortable with that, I'm also here for you. Because you're my second best friend.
Thank you. If it's true and Honkuzi's right that she did this to protect me, I don't want to mess things up. I mean, I've already gotten attacked by someone I didn't know hated me, so I mean.
We're not going to let anybody attack you again.
And I'm kind of worried that they'll attack me again, and I'm starting to worry maybe they'll attack my family back home because of me, and...
Oh. I'm going to grab your cheeks and hold them still and, like, squish them. It'd be like, if anyone ever tries to hurt you again, I'm going to throw them into a black hole, okay?
Okay.
They will become a single crushed molecule. I will end them.
For it?
Whoever thought it was a good idea to give Anja a black hole needs to be shot.
I mean,
So
technically.
Val?
So here's the thing. It was definitely my idea. This is a spell. By the way, guys, the spell, Event Horizon, it's a homebrew spell created by our good friend Jammy that you can find in a compendium on our Discord, which is also where you find the Machinist class. So, yeah, but at the same time, Rob approved. So technically, Rob gave me a black hole.
Well,
It's no more damaging than Fireball, just more on brand.
yeah. That spell is amusing to me.
It's great. It's a great fucking spell.
Hey, do you guys want to play? Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead. No, go ahead.
Do you guys want to
Switch
play
over
a
to
game?
Chloe's side.
I like games.
Yeah, let's
What
play
is it?
games.
We should see who can hold their breath under the water for the longest time.
Okay, on the count of 3. Are you in? Hunghuzi? Croc, are you in? Oh, no, Throck is gonna win. He's a crocodile. You're disqualified. Alex,
Be
are
the
you in?
judge.
You can be the judge. Throck, you're the judge.
He's just in water. You just see his eyes. Just kind of watching, guys.
It's like, Alex, you're in, right?
Yeah.
Okay, everyone, on the count of 3, we all go underneath. Throck, you judge. 1, 2, 3.
Everyone make a con check.
Con check?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Not a saving throw, just a check.
Just making sure.
Whoa!
So how this is gonna work is it's gonna start at DC 10 and go up by 1 every time. 3 failures and you're out. Okay? So DC 10. So
Yes.
right now, just Alexander is it. You didn't like take as deep a breath as you wanted. Round 2, DC 11.
Okay. I'm up.
So that's 1 failure. So Alexander, you're 1 failure away from losing your breath. All right, DC 12. Everyone else is fine so far.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, so Hong Huzi, Chatter aren't doing well. Everyone else is okay for now. DC 13 now.
Nope.
Anja. Anja and Chatter are both. Anja, Chatter, and Hong Huzi are now both at 2. Man, Proserpina, you are a champion
Killing it.
again.
Fishing down in the
DC
creek.
14.
DC 14.
Ooh, there we
Oh,
go.
man.
Oh!
Oh,
Oh, no.
Anja.
Anja comes up.
All right,
Oh,
all right.
man, I haven't sucked enough dick in
Ooh.
my life.
Proserpina, you're beginning to lose it. Next round, DC 15.
Oh no!
Alexander and Chatter are up. Okay, and now it is Hong Huzi and Proserpina with 1 failure left. If you both fail, it's whoever gets the highest wins. So 1 more con check. DC 16. All right. So just barely, Proserpina manages to hold her breath just a hair longer than Hong Huzi.
Well, Proserpina, I didn't know you were so good at holding your breath. Probably shoveling out the barn all the time on the farm, huh?
I mean, you know, when you're around that much manure, sometimes you gotta hold your breath so you don't throw up.
Not everybody likes the smell of manure, I understand.
Proserpina, when you decide to start having oral sex, you'll be very good at it. What? What?
All you see is Alexander just shaking his head in the corner.
Robert, how deep is this pool we're in, this basin?
It's deep enough for 8-foot tall dragonborn to soak.
8 feet. Okay.
So like, they're like basically, it goes down. So like the section just by the edge is deep enough so that like halflings and gnome-sized people and kobolds can like soak there, right? So, but it essentially just keeps getting deeper until you get to the bottom. And kind of like but not like gradually. It's more like steps so that people can sit down and sprawl out wherever they like, depending on their height.
Boy, it's been a long time since I could just soak myself in some hot water.
Is there a ledge? Like maybe somewhere top that you could maybe, I don't know, jump off of?
No!
Why not?
Cool. Throck's just gonna see it, and then he's gonna come up, and he's just gonna walk up there,
Mm-hmm.
and then he's gonna be like, "This is something we do in the bog." Then he's gonna
Make a. What kind of check do you want this to be? Throck?
Cool.
what indeed? I think I will go with acrobatics check.
Great. Make me an acrobatics check, please. Let's see how well. Yeah. Throck doesn't really make much of a splash as you might have thought. Like, it's fairly big because it's a fairly big crocodile, but like, wasn't quite as impressive as maybe Throck thought it might.
I just hope it was. She's very
Chatters.
impressed.
Chatters,
Throck,
me
you know
next,
that you're
me next.
Okay, you make an
Chatter
acrobatics
runs
check.
up. He's gonna go for like just solid. Can I do athletics?
Sure. Yeah, you're just
Yeah.
gonna launch yourself.
Just a launch, like full cannonball. All
Mhm.
all 476 pounds on it.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's not even that good.
It's not much better. It's not much more impressive. Like, you're both big people, but it's still like,
Wait a
I'm
minute.
gonna-
There's an opportunity to show off. I'm doing it too, and I'm doing it with performance.
ooh, all right. Describe for me then. How's the performance?
Okay, yeah. First off,
Sell me on performance.
First off, like the approach is runway perfect. I'm showing off everything I've got. Smoothing my hair back.
Question:
Taking off some
Are
earrings.
you're naked, right?
Yes.
Okay.
It's
everyone's
extremely-
naked.
Showing everything off.
Yeah, doing a couple cockers on your way there.
Are you gonna do a squat for us? Like
I'm lunges before I get ready, and then I'm going to launch off with definitely a few too many aerial rotations, but I'm gonna see if I can't stick this landing.
Do it.
An 18.
Yes, the most impressive.
How
So
is Xander's
far,
gonna go up and try this?
Okay, how are you gonna?
Chatter applauds, by the way. Chatter.
Oh yeah, no, that was like Elenia, like.
I'm gonna lean over to Proserpina and I'm gonna be like, the boys are competing now and showing off. Let's just enjoy the show, okay?
Well, most males don't compete like this, but I mean, I guess it makes sense for humanoids, sure.
So I want to try something. I don't know how well this is gonna work,
All right, I'm
but
excited.
he's going for the biggest splash he can.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna have him run up, and it just you see him mutter something under his breath a little bit before he jumps, and I would like to prepare a shield spell and try to make it just like this.
Roll me a spell attack.
Okay,
I thought you were gonna smite the water.
I was thinking about it. My spell attack is +9. Yes.
Or actually, just a straight charisma, I think. Just the
Oh, just-
spellcasting ability.
Okay.
Oh, a kombucha speaking back at me.
Oh,
And with that, the level of the hot spring goes down a few inches as just a massive spray of water. As there's just like a shimmer of arcane energy as the tile is like caked in water.
Somebody's
As
overcompensating.
Xander.
He muttered.
Make a
As-
stealth check with disadvantage.
While
Me?
you're doing that, as
No.
Shatter says
Okay.
that,
Yeah, it's not that quiet.
I'm gonna look over at Shatter. It's like, he's really good at performing. It's fine.
I guess that's all that matters.
Yeah.
That was really a good splash, Alexander. Heading over to Anja. You did a really good job there.
I know.
Well, if we're using magic, we can go again, can't we?
Yeah, absolutely. It's only
I
fair.
mean, I figured it was no holds barred. Whoever gets the biggest splash.
Sure.
Don't
Chatter's
you
gonna
Oh
dare.
my god, are you
Chatter-
gonna turn into a whale?
Chatter, no. Chatter's going to walk up and he's just going to sort of just do a lazy sort of saunter. And he's going to cast. Hold up. He's going to cast Control Water.
I mean, yeah.
So that's a 4th level spell.
Describe to me what happens then, since you control the water.
So Chatter walks up the board here or the ledge or whatever it is, and he claps his hands together and jumps. And as he lands into the water, he just whooshes his arms out and just sprays water up over everybody. It goes everywhere. Just a cascade, the most dramatic cascade of water he can possibly muster. But then he also pulls it back through the air and settles it back into the tub, so none of it's wasted.
And all the water that Alexander's also displaced comes back and it just rests perfectly still.
Proserpina, should we show these boys how it's done? Let's go together. I have a plan. Just trust me with it, okay?
But Chatter just sits next to Alexander, just his little.
He's kind of glaring across me, not cool.
Okay.
Gives he's a straight up Olympian. Everybody else is just savage.
Right, so as we're at the top of the sledge, you said it was enough for an 8-foot person, so it's fine. I'm gonna look at Proserpina. It's okay, get on my back, piggyback style, do it.
I climb up on top onto Anja's shoulders.
Okay, and as I jump off of the ledge, I'm gonna polymorph into an orca.
As an orca appears and fills most of the hot spring as it water sprays about chaotically. In fact, roll me a dex check as an orca, please.
Oh my god, I have to look at Killer Whale real quick.
Yeah.
I'd just like to say, if we were worried about loud noises, this is the loud noise.
Mm-hmm.
What is their dex?
Sure.
Okay, they are a +0, so it's just a d20.
That sounds about right for an orca, yeah. So just
Yeah.
roll me a d20.
What do
So
I have
they're a strength based, right?
I have a natural 20 at my
Knock
disposal.
yourself out.
Chatter just goes, "Don't worry, I speak whale."
I would like to use my nat 20.
Great, so you don't crack this very private, sacred place by becoming an orca in the middle of it and fit perfectly within the confines of the hot spring.
That do oppose.
Yeah, it's like those.
Proserpina.
It's like that game where you have to 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 a wall that's moving towards you. You just fit perfectly into the
Right,
hot spring.
my fluke just goes up and I do the classic, unfortunately, SeaWorld pose, even though I fucking hate SeaWorld, but that's what I do with Proserpina on my back.
Yeah, this is not a pool. This is a hot spring. But yeah, this is where we're at. Amazing.
And then I'll drop concentration.
Mm-hmm. And Chatter, your concentration lasts long enough that you can bring the water all back as well.
And it's
I
like,
think it
I
lasts for
think
it lasts for at least 10
Yeah,
minutes.
it should. I think I'm gonna check, but it should. It's a 4th level.
It lasts for at least 10 minutes, I'm pretty sure, in control water.
And as I transform back and I stand up, I am naked because that towel just went away when I
It's up
became
to
an
it's up to
orca.
an hour. Up to an hour.
Just kind of stand up straight with Proserpina next to me, my hands on my hips, and I think we won.
Good.
See Alexander's just gonna sit in there disapproving player. Anyway. Does anyone come
really
in
fun.
at that?
Well, this was really fun. I really enjoyed this a whole lot.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I think I needed this.
Could you imagine if we had bubbles? Remember the bubbles that you showed me?
Balls.
Hey, I don't think I have them anymore. Nope, never mind.
You don't
I
have
was-
bubbles, Alexander?
I had soap, but I think I marked it off.
You
I
can
don't know
just
why.
have soap. It's fine.
I had a lot of random shit.
It's okay. Listen. There
I'm
was
not
an
playing D&D because I want you to track your soap. You can just have some soap.
Oh, thank you, oh gracious DM.
Yeah, like
I remembered marking it off for a
y'all can
specific
turn into
reason.
orcas. Whether or not you bought soap is not really what I'm worried about.
Bubble bath.
I guess Alexander just goes, he runs off and his towel comes back with soap. Throws it in. You have, oh,
Oh boy. And Chatter just makes a big bubble beard on his face.
there we go.
Just
Just can we make sure to get the bubbles out?
Now instead of classy steam, we have classy bubbles.
Maybe classic.
I don't remember
Awesome.
what I did. Yeah.
So, any other things you want to do in this hot spring, or are you all retiring for the evening?
Well,
Go ahead.
I guess yeah, once it's like time to time for everybody to leave, like Hunguzi's just gonna like, I've got somewhere to be.
I will also say,
Have fun.
just so you know, there is a door on the far right corridor that does have a little note on it that says, "Please do not enter at all. Thank you, Kalkai."
Okay.
As we're getting out of the tub, Throck's gonna be like, "Why do these bubbles cover just this area when I get out?"
You are a natural.
That's called cinematic censorship.
No.
Which I don't
Have you ever
understand
seen the
why.
White
You
Beams?
have a cloaca.
And it's the same idea as the random light beams that just manage to barely censor stuff. It's the same thing as the bubbles.
Yeah.
There's just like all kinds of soap all over Chatter as he's getting out, and he actually like has like soap boobs like sculpted onto himself. And he's, look at these, aren't they nice? I like them a whole lot.
Those are very nice, and I'm gonna go squish your soap boobs. Is this okay?
Yup.
Like, I
Okay.
like the idea that since you have control water, you could just mold whatever the fuck you want from bubbles.
What do you think he did?
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. That's what I love about it.
Yes.
Whatever the fuck you want with bubbles.
And he's gonna use his control water because he has it for an hour, so he's gonna use it to like make a bubble like dress on Anja, like with a tutu and like just the look that she likes. It's like very like
Bubble Lolita
cutesy.
dress.
Yeah, bubble Lolita dress. Yes, it's exactly what it is.
I am incredibly fucking excited right now.
Oh, there's just so much art from this episode that needs to happen.
Yeah.
Doesn't she look pretty, Alexander, in her bubble dress?
I mean, yeah.
Well, you should have said it before you had to be asked. And he just turns away and pulls his scarf.
I know.
Oh, F's in chat, please.
Walks away and there's just a mic behind her. Behind him. No. Okay. Oh, amazing.
The
Why you
hot
always
water
gotta
has
do
fried his
that?
brain.
I mean, you all have been in the hot spring for a while, so you're
We're a little
maybe
wrinkly.
all a little pruny as well. So Hungry, where are you headed?
You're headed back. I'm headed back to the afternoon.
Great. Yeah, you approach, see again the tall blue dragonborn man has a tail. It looks like he's changed out of whatever he was like kind of like work outfit and is now wearing a very open kind of jacket, like no shirt, just kind of like a light jacket and some kind of very tight breeches. Good to see you again.
Good
Here
to see
for
you, too.
fitting.
I think that's what we call it these days.
Well, noticed when I was taking your measurements that looks like you've been out and adventuring for a while.
Yeah, I've been at this for a good long time.
Where are you originally from?
Moja. Down southeast.
Heard it's nice. We'd get a decent number of travelers through here.
Hope so. I'm definitely on the move a lot.
Not as fetching as you, though.
You do flatter.
Believe me, I don't flatter. I tell the truth.
Oh, well, what I was going to say? Flattery will get you everywhere.
And I don't think Hungwoozy returns back to the dormitory. This little setup here.
No.
As you spend a very restless evening.
Does Honghusi also go until Bubbles rest?
What? No.
Chatter
Far too proud.
Chatter gave Hungoozy a bubble cape that he hopes Hungoozy doesn't notice because of his fancy diving.
Amazing. So you all get a full night of sleep, unless you had any other shenanigans or.
I mean, none that's safe for viewing.
Well, yeah, that we already faded to black for Hungwoozy. We faded to black for Andra and Alexander. But if not, then we will. For instance, Prospina, are you gonna do any sendings?
Pull out the sending stone, just holding it. We're talking late at night still, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or about what time?
I mean, it's probably pretty late at night at this point. Like it's probably getting close to midnight.
Oh. I look at it, I'll hold it really tight, put it right up to my chest. Then I put it back in my bag and say, "Night, Mama. Maybe tomorrow."
You go to bed. You, as well as Alexander, but this is the first time it's happened for you, Prospina. You, after you fall asleep, it is like an instant passes by that you immediately wake back up. You have no dream at all, as per the deal that you made. It's a very strange sensation. Like you feel fully rested, like you get a long rest, but you don't feel as though you slept. Like there's no like sensation of being rested despite your body being fine.
Like there's no passage of time feeling that you get when you normally
exactly.
sleep. Okay.
Can I have that in real life?
And you all wake up in your respective rooms, some of which you were assigned to.
I slept in the hot tub.
Amazing.
Of course.
So, I know what Alexander's doing today, because Alexander has to pay off a debt. What are you all doing? I mean, I suppose Kalkai will walk in as you all are kind of gathered up. Greetings, most of you. I hope you all slept well.
It was a very
Terrific.
big bed and very comfortable.
It was indeed a king size bed. I hope that was satisfactory.
It was thoroughly used. Yes.
Terrific. Thank you as well for respecting my note. However, is there anything I can help you all do in the caravan here today?
Well, I think some of us are going to be spending some time here while we wait for, and I motion to Throck and Shatter if they're there with us, have to go on a bit of a side quest together. I guess the question
Understood.
is, like, we're gonna wait here because you're easy to find, right? Right?
I suppose so. Yes.
Yeah. So does the lodging only counted for tonight, or do
If
you have?
you desire to lengthen your stay, that is acceptable. I will speak with. Worst case scenario is that other rooms within this complex will be taken up.
Right, but I think there's gonna be at least 2 less rooms for the next couple of days.
That is fine. And also, if you partake of the hot spring, you might have other people who are strangers to you there. But
Oh,
that is
okay.
all.
So what you're saying is, and I look at Proserpina, we should go get swimsuits.
Well,
That is
why?
entirely possible.
I've gone naked before, so what's the big? Why?
Well, it's different when your friends see you naked. It's totally, like, kind of weird when, like, strangers see you naked. And Chatter's not going to be there to make bubble bikinis anymore.
Are we all there? Or is it just the two
Yeah,
of them?
it's everyone
Yeah.
but Hongzi and
Why is it
Alexander, who's
weird to
probably
be-
left.
Why is it weird to be naked in front of strangers?
Because a lot of people consider nudity to be sexual.
Oh yeah.
That is
Come on.
correct. I have found that. You will find that a bit less here due to the hot springs.
Mm.
However, that is a common conception held by many.
That's right. I always forget. I always forget why I have to wear this stupid thing, and he tugs at his kilt.
I do have a query.
Mm.
You all are not intending on being permanent residents of the caravan.
Mm-mm.
So, do you have a good idea of where you are going?
Yeah.
Would you like to be introduced to a guide?
Is your guide familiar with the Underdark?
I do not believe so, but I can ask. They could, at the very least, get you to an entrance. I believe that would be within their capabilities.
We'll talk about it.
Terrific.
We have a couple of days to decide since our friends have an errand to run.
That is correct.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you require anything, I will be spending most of my day within my office.
Okay. And doing paperwork. Did you finish that
Correct.
evaluation, by the way?
Unfortunately, matters of the caravan came up that
That's
superseded
okay.
the importance.
I just wanted to let you know that you can go ahead and cancel that evaluation. It's no longer needed.
I will fill out the form to cancel that evaluation.
Okay.
Is everything all right with the caravan?
Oh, look, Alex is here.
Yes, it was simply logistical details about our next scheduled meetup with another tribe.
Sounds really interesting.
I was about to say I hadn't.
I find
left
it
yet.
quite engaging. Yes?
I
Sorry,
hadn't
what was
left
that?
yet because I wanted to talk to the guy who was gonna tell me who was gonna get into contact with his friends that I kind of just forgot about.
This is the
I was
next
gonna try
morning.
to find him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I know. I was watching.
Okay.
I totally had forgotten about that.
Merchant, I think.
Yeah, the merchant that we met in the beginning.
The one-handed merchant?
And I would
Yes.
mention that to Calpay.
Itris.
Interesting. Thank you. I think I wrote that down. I can't remember though. So I'm not
Yes.
gonna run
If
it
you
in.
desire to speak with that individual, you may do so.
I just don't know where he is.
I am not intimately aware of his daily schedule. However, I would assume that they take up residence with many of the other beetle riding merchants.
Point me in the right direction.
I shall.
Thank
Is there anything else, any more you might require that is within my abilities and time frame?
Only because I'm curious. How much is a beetle mount? Where can I get one?
That depends. Would you be looking to buy an infantile beetle and raise it? Or would you be wanting a pre-trained and mountable beetle with enough feed and saddle?
How about an infantile one?
An infantile one. Forgive me for questioning your potential abilities. Are you a animal trainer? Are you capable of rearing such a creature?
No, but motions in general direction of double druids. And I'm hoping they might help.
Oh, and I grew up on a farm. I can help too.
Understood. Well, a infantile beetle would be, I believe the going rate for one of those would be a roughly 550 gold pieces. For the beetle, and then you will require, of course, feed and saddles for it.
How much would a fully trained one be then?
A fully trained beetle would be 800 gold pieces, I believe.
Oh, thank you.
I don't have
They
800
are-
gold pieces.
Oh,
And I'm
my
not
apologies.
wasting it on a beetle.
Well, they are more heavily armored and durable than a typical horse,
Yeah,
although
that's...
less quick on their feet usually.
I'll get back to you on that.
Understood.
Come on, you know he wants to ride a fucking beetle. Come on. Especially if it's got better applications for war.
I mean, Alex, can't you just, like, turn your horse into a beetle?
Yeah,
You
that's...
see him just go, and he runs off. He's gone to find Phobos.
Local area man realizes spell very flexible.
But I wish I had a GIF right now, because there's a perfect GIF I saw earlier for that. But anyway, yeah, no. He's gonna go. He goes to find Phobos.
Phobos?
And that's his horse.
Oh, your horse. That's
yeah,
right, that's
Phobos, correct.
Yes.
With a V, because apparently that's how you spell it.
Okay.
Anyway,
Yeah.
and he is gonna spend an hour casting that ritual spell.
Mhm.
Or I guess it's not technically a ritual; it takes up a spell slot, but yeah. So yeah, and he's gonna sit with the trader that he found, and he's gonna try to mimic. Yeah, he's gonna try to mimic that beetle's look.
Hi! Oh, hey there. Wait, no, that wasn't the voice. It was.
No, it was.
All right, there we go. That's what it was. Oh, hey, how's it going? You see the like 3 mage hands begin to wave.
Not too bad, man.
Oh, glad to hear it. How you like it here with the tribe?
It's great. Can I ask for a favor?
Sure.
Can you sit with me while I attempt a small magic spell?
Oh, you see all the like mage hands kind of like.
Yeah.
I'd be happy to sit with ya.
Your beetle's presence is required on this one.
All right, that's fine by me.
He's gonna totally spend.
Is that fine by you, Sunshine? I think that's a yes.
How long? I think it's 10 minutes, not an hour.
Yeah, 10 minutes.
Yeah, 10 minutes. Yeah. Totally spends the 10 minutes to turn this. And this beetle, I forget what they're called. But it looks like his beetle, except it's got the spiked wings, and that's a specific type of beetle, and I can't remember. They have the spikes on the wings.
Of course
and
it
the
does.
hard shell.
Of course it
Yeah.
does.
But he's also got that. He's also got that typical rhino beetle like horn as well.
For sure. Wow, that's pretty nifty. That was a horse not too long ago.
Yeah.
Wow.
He also asks Phobos, like, how does it feel?
I mean, it's pretty it doesn't really care either
Nonplussed.
way, to be honest. Yeah.
Nonplussed about it. Okay.
Not really a big deal for it.
Yeah. So.
Well, that's real nifty.
Yeah. I need a saddle though, because it doesn't come with a saddle.
Well, I could sell you a saddle.
How much?
Well, if you're looking to saddle that old little beastie, probably about 5 gold pieces.
You know I love trade. How about...
Sure. So do I. It's my job.
Just
about my
contact
old-
your girlfriend. She has money.
Yeah, you're right. He's just gonna, I guess message if she's within 120 feet.
She's clearly shopping for bikinis with Proserpina. Okay, you have to go and find her.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, he's just gonna, yeah.
Why don't you just come back when you have the money?
Yeah. Yeah.
I can recognize the look of someone who doesn't have enough money.
Yeah. Date last night. Anyway, and he's gonna go and he's gonna go find Andre then.
Great.
Yeah.
She's just like, ooh, I like this one for you. It has really cute lace and bows on it. It's gonna, and you know, it's, so because of your red skin, Proserpina, I think that you should probably go with something kind of like a lime green. A lime green would look amazing on your skin. Check this out. And I'm like, hold up this adorable little, like lime bikini, like, up to Proserpina, and it has probably like a little pineapple like in the middle, like as the clasp. It's like, this would go amazing on you.
I'm just gonna
Okay.
walk in on that then.
Yes.
And Anja,
Huh? Oh, hey.
can I borrow some money?
Do you plan on giving it back?
Probably not.
Then it's not borrowing. You're asking me to give you money.
Yes.
For what?
A saddle.
Oh, for the beetle?
Yes.
Yeah, sure. How much?
5
5
gold.
Oh yeah, sure. And I'm gonna give him 5 gold.
Yeah, as you reround your packs, can roll me a perception check on Jim.
A perception?
Yeah.
Oh man. Okay. Where's my
I always
character
forget
sheet?
that's about those 3 things. Magic is magic.
Is this
Come on.
Sancha? Yeah.
There's a book in your pack you didn't have before.
I'm gonna pick up the book. As I like pull out the money, I'm gonna pick out the book. It's like, what's this? Who put this in my book?
It first of all smells pretty fresh, and it is labeled Snotfoot's Tome of Titular Tales.
I'm gonna be like, oh, like, just drop the money in Alex's, like, hands, like, not looking at him, and, like, kind of go up to Proserpina. It's like, did you put this in here?
Look at it. No. Wait.
What's
I
on
don't
the
know that
cover of this book?
It's just the title.
Just the title. I'm gonna, like, while standing next to Proserpina, I'm gonna open this book, kind of, like, in the middle of it. And I'm gonna look it over. What does
Some
it say?
a pretty randy scene.
Proserpina, close your eyes.
Did someone drop?
You see the like there. So there's like the in the upper left corner. There's kind of like the title of the piece, and it's like the origin of Dragonborn, and so it's a scene between an adult dragon and an adult person, very graphically describing things.
Oh, that's how you tamed a dragon.
I'm gonna look at the author. Is it by George Bogmar?
There's no author.
Okay.
did it.
Oh man, who?
Are you gonna flip through the book at all more, or are you
I'm
just
gonna take out my wand and put identify on it.
not magic? No,
Okay.
it is cursed. It is hella cursed. Sorry.
What is the curse?
So the holder of the book, when a transaction goes through, then the next person who bought something from the original holder to have the fade to black becomes the new owner of the book, and their encounter or a dramatized version of it will appear within the book at the back.
I'm gonna go to the end of the book.
And you see it's entitled Familiar Relations.
Oh.
And it is a over dramatized version of your night last night.
There's all the details about that bubble dress in there.
How it came off and everything.
It popped
Just
all the
pop,
bubbles.
pop.
Wait on. Sorry, let me. Let me rephrase. It stayed on.
I had to just like close it and like so because Aja's a drow and she's like very like purple skin, like her blush just is like this really just it's just black. And so like she just has like this like incredibly like and Alex like as she's reading this in Proserpina, you're like right there because she's sharing this with you. Like I don't know where everyone else is at, but she is just like ah!
What's that, Anja?
No one
Is that
read
a
this
book?
book.
Why? What's in it?
Porn.
What's that?
Ography.
Okay. Chatter just like looks at her. He's never seen Anja act like this. She usually tells him pretty much just about everything. He's like, "Do we need to get rid of it? Like burn it?"
Yes. I'm gonna put it into a black hole right now.
In front of all these people?
Maybe not in front of all these people, but I need to go find a place to put this into a black hole right now.
Okay.
Alexander is standing over your shoulder, like, what is in that book?
Shh. Detailed expositions of the bubble dress.
He kind of just sits there for a second. Kind of reaches for the book because he's curious.
You know what they say.
She's gripping onto it as tightly as she can. Please roll a strength check. I'm not the DM, but you're gonna have to do it to get out of her.
Make an opposed athletics check, and Anja make another perception check.
Okay.
Athletics check, you said?
Mm-hmm.
While this is happening,
Can I use a luck point?
You can.
Chatter
Yeah, you
just
better.
goes, "Curiosity killed the cat, but satisfaction brought him back."
And then a perception.
Yeah,
Okay.
perception. That it was like DC 5. You see now that you have looked at your title, you see the front of the book is now Anja's archive of amorous allegories. And you take the book away from Anja.
He will start flipping through the pages, trying to figure out what the hell she saw. That got
I
him,
mean,
like,
there are a
wonderful.
lot of pages in this, so, and it just gets randier and randier.
And then you get to the end.
Do you get to the end?
Yeah, no, he spends the time to just flip through, like read the title, and then
you
skip
reach
by.
the final page, or the final story.
You see just his face darken because he's blushing, but he doesn't go red, he goes like darker. And he goes,
Yeah, because we're gray skinned.
yeah. You see him go, he closes the book, and then just kind of takes it and puts it in a little bag, and he's like,
We should throw it into a black hole, right?
no. And he just walks away to go to work.
Hashtag out me in my book.
Find a private corner.
Ooh, you hit me with that Firefly reference. Oh, okay. And after this, I'm fairly certain that Chatter and Throck are going to convene. Yes.
Yes.
So, any preparations you two are doing before this happens?
No.
No. Yeah.
Okay.
We have everything we need on our backs.
Very fair. So
Hashtag
my
Druid.
question to Throck is, how far away from basically the bog's center are you going to teleport? Because there's trees all up in.
Yeah, pretty scattered throughout the area. I guess I would kind of want to be like a good kilometer or two.
Yeah.
For the American folk, about 3 to 4 miles away.
D&D
from-
doesn't know what kilometers are, so 4 or 5 miles out.
Yeah, about 4 or 5 miles out.
No problem. So, you two, just please describe transport via plants. This is the first time in the campaign we're getting it, so.
Okay, cool. So, Throck and Shatter find like a giant tree, like a nice big one, so that would fit either both of our bodies. And Thrall kind of he puts his hand up onto the tree, and he takes a deep breath. And he just keeps taking a deep breath in, and slowly you just see his hands kind of go inside of the tree, and then he just opens it, and then there's just white light shining, and then we just pass through.
And you step out of the charred husk of a tree.
Oh.
A kind of mostly burnt away tree. As you step into part of the bog, you see the water seems fine, but most of the trees are mostly burnt down. You don't hear as much natural wildlife as you would expect. And Blake, both of you make perception checks. You both see floating what you would gather is pretty much the dead center of the bog, a Gith astral brig. So this is a fairly large hull of a ship, imagine, but with these large kind of arcane powered wings keeping it afloat with force ballistae, so these massive arcane ballista, and it's just floating maybe 500 feet above the center of the bog, just kind of keeping watch. You don't see a dragon, but that's what you do see. You don't see any sign of lizard folk here, but you're also, 4 or 5 miles away from, you're probably 3 or 4 miles away from where your village actually started. But yeah, the bog seems mostly a lot less populated. You can see some fish and aquatic creatures, but most of the aquatic creatures seem here, but there's not a lot of critters running around, it seems like.
Okay, I guess we should move forward.
Yes, but we need to be very careful.
Yes. We should probably change our forms.
We could do that, or I could cast Pass Without Trace. Whatever you feel is safer. What form do you think is best for us to fit in this environment?
A raven, most likely.
All right.
Though I don't see many of them around anymore.
Why don't we do both? I'll cast a spell and then we'll wild shape.
Okay. So both of you make me stealth checks with advantage plus 10 for ravens. So
For a raven.
yeah, I'll giving you advantage because ravens are pretty inconspicuous, and you also then will have Pass Without a Trace.
Ravens get their dexterities plus 2.
Okay, so it should just be plus 2. So plus 12. And add advantage. So 24. Okay, so 24 is lowest number. So I'll describe as you keep going. So first of all, in the first few miles, you notice that every so often, the ground just kind of rumbles as if the earth itself is angry and despondent. There's just kind of earthquakes, small tremors, just periodically all over the bog. Not normal for this place, you know that. As you reach the village, you notice, especially getting a bird's eye view, that there are essentially huge lines leading up to the village of burnt down trees. You see, it appears that there were about 3 major runs that this dragon did that kind of all intersect at the center of the bog, that are just completely dead and barren, like burnt to the ground where the dragon breath actually hit, and the rest of the bog has kind of, in that moment, was lit for the most part. As you fly in and you get near your village, a couple things hit you. First is the scent of sulfur and magma. Just this disgusting, unnatural scent as you see the water around your tribe's former huts boiling and roiling with heat. Just as if some kind of force is heating it hotter than it would ever have been. And you notice, as you near the epicenter of your village, you see a pillar of flame burst from the bog, and as it does, that pillar of flame, as it kind of alights what's left of one more tree, that pillar of flame grows an arm and then another arm and becomes a fire elemental that doesn't notice you but just begins to migrate around the bog. And then you see another one, maybe on the other side of town, as these fissures, not natural, these elemental fissures, appear to be forming more and more frequently across the town. And now I'm going to make a very important perception check. So, all right. So, as you are flying, you see the astral break, this large Gith worship, not the largest that they make, but has multiple force ballista and a decent complement. But you see the center of your village, this kind of massive gnarled knot of trees that was where your tribe held and protected what was sacred. You remember in your vision that the dragon wasn't able to pierce some kind of barrier to get to it. You couldn't. And you see, curled around it, around this barrier, a massive adult red dragon. Its entire body wrapping around this massive tree and its barrier. Its breath, as it exhales, slightly vibrating the ground around it. You, just flying above it, can feel heat radiating off of its body. And you can feel like your bird feathers like slightly singeing on the edges just from being around this creature. And as you fly and even pass by just to see it, its eyes open. And we'll have to get to what happens then next time on Revenge of the Gith, as it got a 32 on its perception check. Thank you all for joining us. Let's get into some outros.
Oh boy.
Well, everyone, thank you for coming and showing up. Great note to end on a fantastic session. As always, guys, you are amazing, and I love all of you, especially your Dungeon Master. So, couple of things that are happening on this channel. As normal, we have a full week of tabletop coming up in the next, 7 days. You can catch us again tomorrow morning for some more 5e action with the World of Ashenfell. On Saturday, you can catch us with some Dragon Age TTRPG. And then back here on Wednesday, I will be in the Dungeon Master seat Wednesday morning for some more 5e. And then, of course, back here with Revenge of the Gith. That's all the good stuff happening here on the channel in the next week. Hope to see you here. Don't forget to donate to the Black Visions Collective. If you got them Twitch Primes and you want to throw them at us, we will match those subs with donations, both myself and Rob. And yeah, so as far as everything else goes, hey guys, where can we find you on the internet? We're going to go backwards, starting with Obadiah. Where can we find you, fam?
So, alright, if you're looking for me, first off, you can find me on Twitter at Jossa and you can also find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/Shinobi, where I stream on Tuesdays and Fridays at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, currently playing through Sekiro as Shadows Die Twice for a second time, getting that new game plus action.
Uh, Hi, I'm Ember. I am not going to be very active on the twitching stuff for a while, but when I do get back, me and a friend are going to be playing through Terraria's Journey's End, because that updated and kind of dropped on us, and we weren't expecting it. But we have already recorded a few episodes to be put up on his YouTube, which I cannot remember right now. But we are going to be streaming that because we love Terraria. We're both like, oh my god, we totally didn't realize this was happening. And there is a death counter for every, it is a charity thing, so every single death we get, I think it's $1 to one of my favorite charities out in California that helped me out when I was homeless out there. So it is going to be great. And I think we're already at like $40.
Nice.
Like, and this is supposed, we're going through and then we're playing again modded. And all of the deaths throughout all of that count. And it's going to be fun. It's going to be great. We can't wait to actually stream it. Like I said, we've already been recording. But yeah, that's it. That's all I'm saying. I'm out.
Hi guys, I'm Hope from over at She Games He Games. My husband Tim and I run a channel over there. We do all kinds of cool stuff. But if you love RPGs like Dungeons and Dragons, we play D&D on our channel on Friday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. So if you want to check us out, we're going to be doing Plague of the Lich Queen this week, which is my homebrew D&D campaign that we've been running for 2 years now, which is crazy. But yeah, it'll be a good time. So if you want to check us out, feel free. If not, thank you all for coming out tonight, supporting Valdrian's channel and supporting us.
Salem, be good. Sorry.
It's a cat. It's
The
fine.
black cat is being a little nosy, guys. But hi, I'm Robin Shadle. You can find me all over social media as Robin_Shadle. Most of my streaming right now is going to be put on hold because we're packing to move, and a packing stream would involve Salem jumping in boxes and me cursing at the amount of stuff we have.
I mean, sounds entertaining to me.
Yeah, we're fine.
Yeah, I know, right? But I picked up the Humble Bundle Racial Justice Bundle for $10, and there's a lot of really cool, like, indie games, queer dating sims I will be playing through probably when I get a chance in the evening, so that will be on my mixer. I'll try to remember to post on Twitter when I'm doing it, but I haven't been good about doing that lately, but that's because, which is still available, it's about 1,500 games for $10 going toward, I want to say it's the same charity you're doing, Val, but I'm not
Black
remember
Visions?
exactly. Yeah, so it's a really good cause, a lot of really good games for $10. So check that out, and you can do good and you can have fun at the same time.
Hi, I'm Montana. I'm at Montana at Montana What on Instagram and at Montana What on Twitter. At Montana What 2 on Twitter. You can find me actually tomorrow night, 8:30 at Joe Fulgham. So Joe Fulgum, where I play Backlash, superhero with the mask system. I think tomorrow we're probably going to get into something like we just had a character come back from the getting captured by the villain, and I think we're going to deal with like the issues with that. So come check us out. Oh, right. I've never said the name. It's called Tales from the Improvers.
Awesome. We'll definitely check that out. Be sure to post that on our Discord as well, so that when they go live on the Discord, we can just click the link and go straight to that too. you're welcome to promote on the Discord.
Yeah. And then, hello everyone, I'm the GM, Robert the GM, at Robbie Roland on the Twitters. You can find me at Nerdly Gaming on Saturday for the next episode of For We Have Sinned, our Monster Hearts 2 game. Oh boy, it's crazy, amazing, awesome RP. It's lots more fun queer dating sim stuff. And then, of course, I'll always be back here every Wednesday, and then next Thursday for, or not next Thursday for Lost Tales of Uzoya, right?
Yes.
But I'm also part of the Not Quite Heroes podcast, where an actual play 5e podcast where I play a super anxious Tabaxi cleric named Gale that comes in the night. We release every other Monday. We also just did a live show at Drawlicon Line 2020, which was super fun. And I was on a panel there about gaming etiquette where I got to get on my soapbox about safety tools and X cards and all that good stuff. So that's on the Nerd Asylum Twitter page, as well as I retweeted it on my Twitter. So check that out if you want to learn more about that kind of stuff, or if you know people who don't know about that, feel free to send that around. Super important stuff, something I really emphasize and believe in. So that's it for me.
Awesome. Again, thank you everyone for coming and showing up. We're gonna give some love over to our good friend Anino Gaming, who is a former cast member here and hopefully a future cast member, but always here supporting the channel with his lurks. So we're gonna give him some love as he plays Persona 4 Golden. So everyone, wait, bye.
Bye. Thank you.